We're going to take a look at how to access Google Meet. First of all, you can go to your Rubik's Cube or waffle icon, and you can scroll to find Google Meet. This will also bring you to the Google Meet page. Another way you can get there is by going to meet.google.com. Brings you to the same page. One of the things I'd like to point out for you while I'm here is that if you have had someone invite you to a Google Meet through a calendar event, or if you yourself have created a Google Calendar event with a Meet, this will show up in your daily list. So you can either click on it from Google Calendar, or you can also click from your Google Meet window and join that way. So let's talk about joining or starting a meeting from the Google Meet window. You can click the Join or Start Meeting for any meetings that aren't currently created. To click Join or Start, you're going to be given either a code to join the meeting, which is usually a series of letters or numbers with dashes that can be entered into here and joined. But if you would like to start a meeting through this format, you're going to be creating a nickname. Nicknamed Google Meets are more secure than those that are created from calendar events. A nickname meeting is a meeting that you will have control over, that you will start, and when you end, the nickname meeting will no longer be available. This is the second best option for using with students. So there is a link to learn how to schedule a meeting. But what I'm going to do here is give my meeting a nickname. One of the things that we recommend for creating a nicknamed meet is to put either your first or last name as the first part of your nickname. So I'm going to go ahead and type my first name into the meeting. I'd also like to give it another name so that it has a reference to what it is I'm meeting about. So if I'm doing a planning meeting, I could call it Amber Planning. This is really just up to you. Sometimes if I'm meeting with one or two other people or a group, I'll put my name and then group one or Amber and Angie. It just depends on how you want your meeting to be named. The more specific you name it, the less likely it is for someone else to have used that nicknamed meeting. Once you've entered your desired nickname, you can click Continue. You'll be taken directly to the Meet. At this point, you can get your audio and your video ready. You can join or you can present from the very beginning. I like to join my meetings before I present. That way I can have a face-to-face welcome with some of the people in the meeting, and then I start presenting. However, if you would like a message to be up when people are joining in, you can go ahead and choose Present. You also can use a phone for audio. If you have really poor bandwidth at your location, you can also use your phone for the audio portion and use your computer or your app for the video portion. I want to point your attention to the three-dot menu in the bottom right-hand corner. When you click on that, you'll notice your first option is to turn on captions. This can be super helpful if you have someone who has some hearing deficiencies on your call, or if you have someone who's unable to have the audio on and just wants to watch and read the script of what's being said. I will warn you, it's auto closed captioning, so it's not always accurate, but the more clearly and succinctly you speak, the better you have to make sure that those closed captions are as close as possible. The next option you'll see is Settings. When you click on Settings, it allows you to choose your speakers and your microphone, and it gives you some testing options, as well as choose your video options and your send and receive resolution. This is somewhere you may want to come in and change. If it's on high def, it's of course using more bandwidth. If it's on standard, or one video at a time or audio only, that's going to give you lower bandwidth. So those are where you can set those settings. The other options are to report problems, report abuse, or to get some help. When you're ready to join, click the Join Now option. When you first enter a Google nicknamed Meet, you will be presented with a banner that has your meeting nickname, and you'll notice this can be only used with Henderson County Public Schools. And what this means is, since I've created Amber Planning, I could use this nickname over and over again whenever I'm ready to have a meeting that's associated with Amber Planning. And that's unique to within Henderson County Public Schools. That's why using names or initials in front of what it is you're meeting about can be super helpful in making sure that you have a unique nickname. Also, you'll notice that there's the information to share with the people you want in the meeting. So I just started this meeting, but I don't have anyone in here with me. So I can either copy this joining info, go to Gmail, paste it in and send a Gmail, or I can simply click Add People. When you choose Add People, you'll notice that you have the option to enter a phone number if you would like that to call directly from Google Meet to that phone number if the person's expecting you to call, or you can look up their email. So if I wanted to invite Angie or multiple people to the meeting, what's going to happen is it's going to send them an email from me saying that I'm inviting them to join a video meeting right now. Now, it's best practice to make sure you communicate with the person with whom you're creating this meeting for so that they know when you're going to meet, especially if it's just kind of a spur of the moment thing to text the person or call the person and see if they could jump on a meeting. If I'm going to schedule a meet, I usually do it through Google Calendar, but this is another way that we could do it. So I can click send email and she receives an email that I'm ready to meet and I'm on the meeting right now. So while I'm in here, if I need to invite someone else, I can go back down to the bottom left-hand corner and I can find that information again, copy that joining info, and add people that way. So that's how you join a meet through the Google Meet page. So as the creator of this meeting, I can rejoin if I want to, but I want to show you what happens if you give your nicknamed meeting to a student, what happens after you've left. So I'm going to simulate this by getting an incognito window, and I'm going to say this is my student, and I'm going to paste in that Google Meet code, and I'm going to hit enter, and what you'll see is the meeting code you entered doesn't work. This is why using a nickname method is the second preferred method, because the student can't join the nicknamed meet after you've ended it. So I hope you found this helpful in your quest to use meet.google.com or the Meet app from your Google Apps list.